Viewers, you heard, these testimonies are harrowing and make one question the very essence of what it is to be human. How can one human do these vile things to another?
Britain stands at a tipping point, June 2026, not from economic collapse alone, not from external threats alone, but from deep demographic and cultural shifts driven by growing Muslim communities asserting their presence, visibility and political influence, while Sadiq Khan celebrates coalition victories and the far right appears to falter amid changing realities on the ground. With Muslims numbering around 4 million, approximately 6% of the UK population according to the 2021 census and subsequent growth, half of them under 25 and heavily concentrated in key cities like London, where they make up over 15% in many boroughs, the dynamics of British society, neighbourhoods, schools and electoral maps are transforming rapidly. This isn't just numbers on a page. This is a revolution in demographics and political power playing out in real time, where organised communities, higher birth rates, youthful voters, and cultural assertiveness are reshaping the landscape as mainstream politicians like Sadiq Khan declare victory over previous opposition forces.
I'm of Pakistani origin, of Asian heritage, of Islamic faith. I'm a father, I'm a husband, so some people can't seem to get into their heads.
London under Khan remains the focal point, with the mayor highlighting 10 years in office, coalition successes including cross-party alliances, and framing the city as a beacon of multicultural hope, even as national debates rage over integration, crime and identity. The far right, after massive protests and rallies in 2025 drawing up to 150,000 people, faces sustained counter-mobilization, legal pressures, and media rejection that make their momentum look increasingly fragile. But real quick, before we break down how these shifts are unfolding, the scale of the demographic revolution, and what it really means for Britain's future, let's be honest. Mainstream media frames these changes as unstoppable progress, diversity strength, and a triumph over bigotry while downplaying real tensions, integration failures, public concerns, and cultural strains. They focus on selective positive narratives and victory declarations while ignoring the scale of transformation, backlash, and underlying societal costs. That's why we built British Front Media. Subscribe now for the real story they won't tell you. Reason number 1, demographic revolution through rapid population growth and youthful Muslim communities is reshaping UK cities, schools, and electoral maps at an unprecedented pace. The 2021 census recorded just under 4 million Muslims in the UK, representing 6% nationally, with England and Wales at 6.5%. Projections and ongoing trends show continued fast growth due to higher fertility rates and immigration patterns, with Muslims being one of the youngest demographics, half under 25, median age around 29. In London, 1 in 6 residents is Muslim, with boroughs like Tower Hamlets, Newham, and others seeing concentrations exceeding 30 to 40%. Birmingham, Bradford, and other cities show similar patterns, with Asian British populations at 30% plus in places like Bradford. This isn't abstract statistics, it's changing playgrounds, high streets, voting blocks, and local governance. Sadiq Khan's repeated electoral success as London's first Muslim mayor symbolises this shift, built on diverse coalitions that leverage these growing communities. Think about the long-term impact. Younger voters entering the system in waves, reshaping priorities around housing, education, and foreign policy. Reason number 2, Sadiq Khan declares victories, builds powerful winning coalitions, and positions London as the model of multicultural success amid national challenges. In 2026, marking a decade as mayor, Sadiq Khan has touted London as a case study in hope, emphasising coalition building with Tories, Greens, Lib Dems and Labour supporters to navigate Brexit, economic pressures and social tensions. He highlights environmental achievements like the ultra-low emission zone, resilience and falling homicide numbers, 97 in London in 2025, the lowest in years. Khan pushes back against critics on crime, integration and demographic change, repeatedly framing diversity as Britain's strength and declaring progress even as far-right rallies challenge the narrative. His Hajj pilgrimage and public statements on unity against division reinforce this positioning. Khan's approach turns demographic shifts into a political asset, consolidating support in transformed urban centres while National Labour faces its own pressures. This victory declaration isn't empty rhetoric. It's backed by sustained electoral wins and a media environment that amplifies the message of hope over concern. Reason number 3, far-right movements surge with massive protests but face overwhelming counter-mobilization and appear to crumble under broader societal and institutional pushback. 2025 witnessed explosive anti-immigration protests, with Tommy Robinson's Unite the Kingdom rally in September drawing 110,000 to 150,000 people in London, one of the largest right-wing gatherings in modern British history. Protesters voiced concerns over rapid demographic change, grooming gangs, two-tier policing, and cultural displacement, with chants and flags dominating the streets. Police reported 26 officers injured in clashes. Yet massive counter-demonstrations, such as the Together Alliance March claiming hundreds of thousands, police estimates lower, anti-racism events and institutional responses have blunted the momentum. In 2026, similar efforts in cities like Birmingham were outnumbered by counter-protesters. Legal actions, arrests, deplatforming, and mainstream rejection paint the far right as increasingly isolated. What started as a surge now looks fragmented against organised opposition and the sheer weight of demographic realities on the ground. Reason number 4. Cultural and political visibility of Muslim communities grows dramatically, challenging far-right narratives and forcing adaptation or marginalisation. Young, educated Muslims are entering politics, business, media, and public life in greater numbers, asserting identity through community events, large Eid gatherings, advocacy networks like the evolving UK Muslim Network, and electoral participation. Mosques number over 2,000, with growing influence in local areas. High-profile figures like Sadiq Khan embody this visibility. Reports note strong democratic loyalty in some surveys among British Muslims, yet parallel issues persist. Protests like Al-Quds Day, debates over integration in certain neighbourhoods, and cultural practices that spark controversy. This growing confidence directly challenges far-right talking points, portraying them as outdated resistance to inevitable change. Communities operate with increasing sophistication, turning numbers into influence while critics are often labelled as extremists, further isolating opposition voices in mainstream discourse. Reason number 5, integration challenges. Grooming scandals and public concerns persist despite victory declarations, fueling deep underlying societal strain and division. While politicians celebrate diversity and demographic revolution, serious cracks remain. Grooming gang scandals involving predominantly Pakistani heritage men have victimized thousands of mostly white working-class girls across dozens of towns. Rotherham alone saw 1,400 cases, with national estimates reaching far higher in recent reports. Institutional failures, driven by fears of racism accusations, allowed abuse to continue for years. Public polling consistently shows widespread British concern over high immigration levels, rapid cultural change, and cohesion failures. Knife crime, violent offences in certain areas, and tensions in transformed neighbourhoods add to the strain. Retail and street crime debates often intersect with these demographic shifts. Khan and allies frame much criticism as Islamophobia or far-right bigotry, but ordinary Britons in affected communities report feeling like strangers in their own towns, cultural displacement, pressure on services, and changing norms. These issues don't disappear with victory speeches. They simmer and risk deeper division. Reason number 6, the revolution unfolds as the far right crumbles under legal, media, demographic, and counter-mobilization pressures, while taxpayer and social costs continue to mount. Authorities have intensified crackdowns on far-right activities through arrests, monitoring, and counter-events. Meanwhile, housing shortages, asylum accommodation contracts ballooning to £15 billion estimates, welfare strains, and policing costs linked to population growth and tensions add billions to the public burden. Sadiq Khan points to coalition successes and London as a model, but national disillusionment grows. The far-right's impressive street turnout in 2025 has not translated into sustained political dominance, as demographic weight, institutional opposition, and adaptive community strategies reshape the battlefield. Temporary protest surges give way to long-term structural shifts favouring growing communities. So here's where we stand in mid-2026. Britain's Muslim population, around 4 million and one of the youngest and fastest growing, continues reshaping cities and politics with concentrations in London and key urban centres. Sadiq Khan declares repeated victories through diverse coalitions and positions the changes as hope and progress. Far-right rallies that drew over 100,000 in 2025 have faced powerful counter-mobilisation and appear increasingly fragmented and contained. Cultural and political visibility of Muslim communities expands rapidly, challenging old narratives. Yet integration challenges, grooming gang legacies affecting thousands of victims, knife crime concerns, public unease over displacement, and massive taxpayer costs for housing and services reveal persistent strains beneath the surface. Homicides may show dips in select stats, but broader violent crime, cohesion issues, and societal transformation continue. Native Britons voicing fears of cultural loss in polls and daily life. Politicians celebrating diversity while far-right street power loses ground to demographic and institutional realities. University students, shoppers, and workers navigating changed neighborhoods. The revolution Muslims may not fully grasp the long-term scale of, accelerated through numbers, youth, and assertiveness, is real. It's happening right now, every single day. The far right crumbles in the face of it. Sadiq Khan declares victory. Organized communities gain influence. Critics face labels and marginalization. Mainstream narratives dominate the airwaves. Ordinary Britons feel the ground shifting beneath their feet, changing behavior, avoiding certain discussions, and wondering about the future of their country. This is Britain's unfolding revolution. Demographic, cultural, political. The old order is changing irreversibly. Whether it leads to genuine cohesion or deeper fractures, parallel societies, and lasting resentment remains the critical, unanswered question hanging over the nation. Follow the evidence, not the spin. Subscribe to British Front Media for unfiltered truth on where Britain really stands. Share this if you care about the future, because this revolution cannot be ignored without consequences.